Well, Bloomberg News is reporting some breaking news on GM. They're holding a conference call right now, and some comments coming out from Ed Whitaker, the chairman, saying that GM can be profitable sooner than most people think. Also noting that the board has made some tweaks and changes in the company's plan to profitability, including speeding up the schedule of introducing new models from the car company. Mr. Whitaker also saying that the GM board will meet in person once a month, and that he has declined, though, to say anything about the sale of Opel. So again, the GM board reporting, or actually the chairman of the board, Ed Whitaker, noting that GM is going to be profitable sooner than most people think. And of course, we're going to follow this story. We've been following the auto sector for you very carefully and deeply on this program. We're also standing by for private sector job numbers for the month of July from ADP. Out any moment now, economists forecasting a loss of 350,000 jobs. 473,000 were lost in the prior month. And let me pull that up right now. Down by 371,000. So that is worse than expected. Again, this is just private employment. So it is an indicator, but not really a true gauge of what we'll see on Friday with the government report. But down 371,000. The survey here at Bloomberg was for a negative 350,000 report. And this follows a loss of 473,000 in the prior month. Let's take a look at the market reaction. You do see a little bit of a reversal for equity futures, now down by 0.1% for the S&P, down by about 14 points for the Dow. Treasuries are also lower, though, in fact, more for the 10-year than for the 2-year. So a slight negative reaction to this ADP report, and we are, of course, going to follow that as well, the continuing reaction in the markets to the jobs data. But I want to switch gears and talk about travel, because online travel company Orbitz released their earnings this morning, turning in a profit rather than an expected loss. And here to discuss the results and the challenges of luring travelers during a recession is Barney Harford. He is Orbitz CEO, and he's live from our Chicago bureau. And thanks so much, Mr. Harford, for being with us.
Thank you.
Certainly the big question for your business, or anybody who follows your business, is what are your bookings telling you about demand, about travel demand here in the U.S.?
You know, what we're seeing really is an unprecedented level of discounting that's been available in the market now for several months, with hotels around the world being in a position of relatively low occupancy and therefore wanting to make great deals available to customers. There really has never been a better time to travel. And as a result, we've been seeing some very attractive rates being made available on our websites. And as a result, we've seen some very strong growth. For example, our dynamic packaging growth in the quarter that we just announced was up 26 percentage points,
right.
Driven by some of the savings that are available to consumers.
A great time for travelers, but a terrible time for a company like yours, because you're trying to fight this, essentially. I mean, are the things that you've done, you know, eliminating your booking fees, are they attracting more customers to your website?
Certainly. So the removal of flight booking fees that occurred early on in the second quarter actually spurred a catalytic change for us in terms of growth rates. We saw a 22% increase in the year-on-year growth rate in airline tickets from Q1 into Q2, driven, we believe, by both the removal of flight booking fees and, secondly, by the success of the price assurance program that we've put in place at Orbitz.
Now, in the last few months, or the last few quarters, we've been talking and hearing quite a bit about a bottoming in the economy, and that demand seems to be coming back. Are you seeing that pattern, though? I mean, other than the programs you just announced to lure travelers, are you seeing any fundamental demand, though, from people who believe that the economy is coming back and they're actually seeing original or strong demand?
What I'd say is that we are seeing a stabilization in average daily rates in some of the deals that are being made available to consumers. We wouldn't say we're seeing a recovery, but we are seeing somewhat of a stabilization. What we are seeing is that around the world, but in particular in leisure destinations, there are real values being put out by hotels on a sustained basis, though. Some of the best deals available right now, Dublin. ADRs, average daily rates, are down 48% year on year. So traveling to Dublin this summer is a very attractive opportunity. Or in Las Vegas, for example, where we're seeing some real significant savings being put into the marketplace. San Francisco down 20%, London down 25%.
Okay, Barney Harford, thanks so much. We're out of time. That was the Orbitz CEO, and we're going to talk about the Oracle of Omaha next.